Imagine if one simple daily habit could quietly influence how your prostate feels, functions, and ages over time. Most men never think about this, yet it's something millions do regularly, without understanding what's actually happening inside their body. Today, I want you to stay with me because we're going to talk honestly, calmly, and scientifically about what happens to the prostate of men who masturbate every day without fear, guilt, or exaggeration, just real understanding that can help you make smarter choices for your health. Let's start by clearing the noise. Masturbation itself is not harmful, and for most men, it's a normal part of life. The prostate is a small gland, but it plays a huge role in male health, especially when it comes to fluid production, ejaculation, and long-term urinary comfort. Every time ejaculation happens, the prostate contracts and releases fluid. For some men, this regular activity can actually help prevent congestion in the prostate, meaning fluids don't just sit there for long periods. That's one reason why some research suggests regular ejaculation may be linked to a lower risk of certain prostate issues later in life. Now, when masturbation happens every single day, the prostate is being stimulated very frequently. For a healthy man with no underlying conditions, this usually doesn't cause damage. In fact, it can improve blood flow to the pelvic region and help the prostate maintain normal function. Think of it like movement for a muscle. Gentle, regular activity can support circulation and flexibility, which is generally a good thing for tissues in the body. But here's where balance becomes important. Daily masturbation isn't automatically bad, but problems can arise if it's excessive, compulsive, or combined with poor lifestyle habits. If a man is already dealing with chronic stress, poor sleep, lack of exercise, or inflammation, too much stimulation may contribute to pelvic tension or discomfort. Some men report temporary sensitivity, pressure, or irritation in the prostate area when they don't give their body enough time to fully relax and recover. Hormones also play a role. Ejaculation temporarily changes levels of dopamine and prolactin in the brain. When it happens too frequently, some men notice fatigue, low motivation, or mental fog, not because the prostate is damaged, but because the nervous system is overstimulated. This doesn't mean the prostate is failing, it means the body is asking for balance. Another key point many men overlook is age. In younger men, the prostate usually handles frequent ejaculation with no issue. As men get older, the prostate naturally enlarges over time. Regular ejaculation may still support prostate fluid movement, but lifestyle factors like diet, hydration, physical activity, and inflammation become far more important. Masturbation alone will not protect the prostate if the rest of your habits are working against you. So what's the real takeaway here? Daily masturbation does not destroy the prostate. It does not shrink it, weaken it, or make it worn out. For many men, it can be neutral or even mildly beneficial. The real risk comes from ignoring the bigger picture. A healthy prostate thrives on good circulation, low inflammation, strong pelvic muscles, and a calm nervous system. When masturbation becomes a stress response instead of a conscious choice, that's when imbalance can creep in. I want you to understand your body, not fear it. Pay attention to how you feel. Energy levels, focus, comfort while urinating, and overall vitality matter more than counting frequency. Your prostate responds best when you respect recovery, movement, nutrition, and mental health just as much as sexual habits. When those pieces are in place, your body knows how to regulate itself naturally. Your health isn't about extremes. It's about awareness, balance, and listening to the signals your body gives you. When you approach your habits with intention instead of guilt, your prostate, hormones, and confidence all benefit together. Daily masturbation does not harm the prostate when it exists within a balanced and healthy lifestyle. And this is something many men need to hear without fear or shame. The prostate is designed to be active throughout a man's life, responding naturally to arousal and ejaculation. When ejaculation occurs, the prostate contracts and releases stored fluid, which can help prevent stagnation and pressure inside the gland. For many men, this regular release supports comfort and normal function rather than causing damage. The idea that the prostate gets weaker or worn out from frequent ejaculation is not supported by medical understanding, especially when the body is otherwise healthy. Problems usually don't come from masturbation itself, but from what surrounds it. If a man is sleeping poorly, eating processed foods, sitting all day, and living under constant stress, his prostate may become inflamed or irritated regardless of sexual frequency. In contrast, when daily habits include movement, hydration, proper nutrition, and stress control, the prostate tends to respond positively even with regular ejaculation. Blood flow to the pelvic region improves with physical activity, and this circulation plays a major role in keeping prostate tissue healthy and responsive. Another important factor is intention. When masturbation is relaxed and conscious, the nervous system stays balanced. When it becomes compulsive or used as an escape from anxiety, the body can remain in a tense state, which may contribute to pelvic tightness or discomfort. This is not damage, but a signal that the nervous system needs rest and regulation. The prostate is deeply connected to both hormonal balance and mental state, meaning emotional health influences physical comfort more than most men realize. Age also shapes how the prostate responds. Younger men usually tolerate frequent ejaculation easily, while older men benefit even more from pairing sexual habits with exercise, stretching, and anti-inflammatory foods, allowing the prostate to stay adaptable and supported within the rhythm of daily life. Prostate health depends more on circulation, inflammation, and overall habits than on how often a man ejaculates. And this is where most conversations miss the real issue. The prostate is not an isolated organ that reacts only to sexual activity. It is deeply connected to blood flow, hormone signaling, the nervous system, and even posture. When circulation is strong, oxygen and nutrients reach the prostate efficiently, helping the tissue stay flexible and responsive. When circulation is poor, fluids can stagnate, inflammation can build, and discomfort may appear, regardless of how frequently ejaculation occurs. One of the biggest enemies of prostate health is chronic inflammation. This inflammation is often fueled by a diet high in processed foods, excess sugar, refined oils, and low-quality carbohydrates. When the body is in a constant inflammatory state, the prostate becomes more sensitive and reactive. In this situation, even normal activities like sitting for long periods, stress, or sexual stimulation can feel uncomfortable. On the other hand, a diet rich in whole foods, vegetables, healthy fats, and adequate water supports the body's natural anti-inflammatory systems, allowing the prostate to function calmly and efficiently. Movement is another critical factor that often gets ignored. Long hours of sitting reduce blood flow to the pelvic region and can create pressure around the prostate. This is why men who exercise regularly often report fewer urinary or pelvic issues over time. Walking, strength training, stretching, and deep breathing all encourage healthy circulation and reduce tension in the pelvic floor. These habits matter far more than focusing on sexual frequency alone because they address the root conditions that allow the prostate to stay healthy. Stress also plays a powerful role. When a man lives in a constant state of mental pressure, the nervous system stays switched into a defensive mode. This can lead to tight pelvic muscles, shallow breathing, and reduced blood flow to reproductive organs. Over time, this tension can make the prostate feel sensitive or irritated. Learning to manage stress through rest, mindfulness, and intentional relaxation directly benefits prostate comfort and function, even if ejaculation happens frequently. Sleep quality cannot be overlooked. During deep sleep, the body repairs tissues, balances hormones, and regulates inflammation. Poor sleep disrupts testosterone levels and increases stress hormones, which indirectly affects prostate health. Men who prioritize consistent, restorative sleep often notice improvements in energy, libido, and pelvic comfort without changing their sexual habits at all. When you step back and look at the bigger picture, ejaculation frequency becomes just one small part of a much larger system. A prostate supported by good circulation, low inflammation, regular movement, calm nerves, and quality sleep is resilient and adaptable. When these foundations are weak, no adjustment in sexual habits alone can compensate for them. Understanding this shifts the focus away from guilt and fear and toward daily choices that truly protect long-term male health. Listening to your body and maintaining balance is the real key to long-term male health, especially when it comes to the prostate, because the body constantly communicates what it needs if you pay attention. Many men ignore subtle signals like changes in energy, mood, focus, or pelvic comfort, assuming they are normal or unavoidable. In reality, these signals are feedback, not warnings of failure but invitations to adjust habits before problems develop. The prostate responds not just to physical actions but to the overall rhythm of your life, including how you rest, move, think, and recover. Balance starts with awareness. If a habit leaves you feeling relaxed, clear-minded, and energized afterward, your nervous system is likely in a healthy state. If the same habit consistently leaves you drained, foggy, or tense, that's your body asking for moderation. This doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means your system needs recovery time. The prostate is sensitive to nervous system overload and chronic tension. The body can create discomfort, even when nothing structurally is damaged. Learning the difference between healthy release and compulsive behavior is a powerful step toward better control and confidence. Recovery is just as important as activity. Men often focus on doing more while ignoring rest. The body repairs itself during moments of calm, not stimulation. Deep sleep, slow breathing, and mental relaxation allow pelvic muscles to release and blood flow to normalize. When recovery is missing, even normal daily habits can feel overwhelming to the system. Giving yourself space to recharge supports not only the prostate but also hormone balance, motivation, and emotional stability. Another important aspect of balance is consistency rather than extremes. Drastic changes, strict rules, or constant self-judgment create stress, which directly affects pelvic health. A steady routine of movement, nourishing food, hydration, and intentional rest creates a stable internal environment where the prostate can adapt naturally. This consistency builds trust between you and your body, replacing fear with confidence. Emotional health plays a larger role than many men realize. Suppressed stress, anxiety, or guilt often manifests physically in the pelvic region. When emotions are ignored, the body holds tension. When emotions are acknowledged and processed, the body relaxes. This connection explains why mental calm often leads to physical comfort without any medical intervention. Caring for your mental state is not separate from prostate health. It is part of it. Long-term male health is not about chasing perfect habits or avoiding normal behaviors. It's about understanding patterns, responding with awareness, and choosing balance over extremes. When you respect your body's signals, support recovery, and stay consistent with healthy fundamentals, the prostate becomes more resilient, adaptable, and calm, allowing you to move through life with greater confidence and ease.